Welcome to the Worst of the Riot podcast. Coming up, what is the proper punishment for handing out drugs to kids on Halloween?
Also, one country is trying to get rid of my dog. And more on the Worst of the Riot podcast.
We're heading in to a holiday weekend here. Easter is coming up. Isaiah, do you have any plans for this Easter? Have you set anything up?
Oh, I've got some good plans for Easter. But I also have some complications.
Okay.
As per any holiday. So my girlfriend and I trying to figure out what we're doing for Easter, right?
Yeah.
And of course, both of our families have Easter things that we do.
Of course.
Right?
Everybody's got their traditions.
Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, her family and my family seem to overlap a lot on what time gatherings happen. Mm-hmm. And so for that reason, I have missed many holidays recently. Essentially
with
every single one.
Side of the equation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm missing holidays left and right. And so parts of people's families are starting to wonder, where is Isaiah at? It feels like he hasn't celebrated anything with us. And so now we've come to another holiday, Easter on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Is this a holiday that I need to show face for?
Your family, you would definitely show face,
yes,
right?
I will. Yes, my mother would be upset if I didn't.
But you're asking, can you get away with skipping Easter, a second Easter?
Not that I want to.
Yeah.
It's not like I want to skip. I'm just saying logistically.
But you're only one man.
It's a difficult task. They live farther away. There's a lot of driving for me on this Sunday, and I can make it happen. And more than likely, I'm going to try to make it happen. Mm-hmm. But would it be the end of the world? Like, what holidays is it the end of the world if you're not there? Like, you're thinking Christmas.
Yeah.
You got to show face. Thanksgiving.
Christmas is easy because it's a whole, even if you don't, like Christmas, the day is longer because it starts, like some people open presents in the morning. Some people, you're fine doing a celebration at dinner time. There's kind of like stuff going on all day.
No excuse.
You can filter, but you can filter in and out and make it work.
So let me give you the rundown here. This is my situation. Yeah. I wasn't there for Christmas, but the reasoning was because, if you remember, I was on vacation.
Oh yeah, you were away.
I wasn't even in town for Christmas, so I couldn't make that. But then we did a later Christmas with my family that my girl E came to, but they obviously did Christmas without me.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't there for Christmas. Mm-hmm. And so now this is about to be 2 holidays in a row if I don't show a face at Easter. Yeah. Then it's now been a while since anybody's seen me.
Did you show up for Thanksgiving?
I was not there for Thanksgiving. So this is starting to
stack up against you.
And the reason that I didn't go for Thanksgiving, this is another good reason, is because her family and my family did Thanksgiving both lunch same time. And so then neither of us showed face. But neither of us did. So Eden didn't either. Yeah. But she was there for Christmas. No, I was absent.
This is because the other holidays that are coming up, I mean, there's nothing that's as important as this as far as like family meal time to me.
Oh, for a while.
Until Thanksgiving again.
You're right.
Right? Because everything between now and then, Memorial Day, are they going to remember if you don't show up for the cookout? July 4th.
Well, they might if I don't show up for this. They're going to be like, is this guy ever going to show face?
Does he ever show up for any holiday? He's always got something better to do.
If I don't show up for this, then, oh my goodness, we're waiting until Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And then by then, it's like, this guy never shows up.
Yeah, I think you don't want to, you're at the risk of getting a reputation here. And so in your specific instance, you have to make both Easters work, or if not, prioritize the girlfriend Easter.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think I'm on the same page as you. I've got to be there.
Your mom probably will understand.
Yeah, she can understand.
And then we've got some leftovers for you.
Yeah, and I see my parents all the time.
That's right. She'll get it. But the holidays that are, I mean, it's crazy. You think there's only 3, right? Is that it? The holidays you would double up for?
That's the big 3.
Yeah.
Because, like, July 4th, like, I like July 4th. Mm-hmm. Is it a necessity for me to be there?
Yeah.
Is there even a family gathering for that? Sometimes not.
It's very hit or miss.
So, yeah, those are the main big 3.
And those ones, I mean, these are too, but big vacation times where people don't understand more. Christmas, it feels like almost unusual if you're not going to visit family.
Exactly.
Then why are you on vacation? Mm-hmm. Or you're avoiding them. And so you don't want to have that reputation.
People are starting to ask questions.
Yeah.
So I will be showing, you know what, I've came to the decision. I will be showing face at both. I'll make it to my families and E's as well, and I will enjoy it.
I'm glad we could work this out for you.
Disinformation, mispronunciations, bad impressions. That's Hudson. This is The Riot on RadioU.
Now, Isaiah, this is a topic that might be a little close to your heart. I know you have a dog with short, stubby legs and a very long backbone.
I do. I have a long-bodied, short-legged dog.
You have a basset hound. You might be interested to know that in Germany, it is a possibility now that they may ban outright dachshunds, dash hounds.
You're not banning wiener dogs.
They're trying to ban wiener dogs. Some call them sausage dogs.
That's what mine is.
You call it a sausage dog?
Well, that's what Jim is. Jim is he's not a wiener dog because he's more of a brat. He's a big boy.
Yeah,
Jim weighs over 60 pounds.
Yeah.
He can't be called a little wiener. He's a brat.
60 pounds of mostly muscle.
A lot of fat.
I don't know. This is, but this does feel like the slippery slope because he's built very similarly to a wiener dog.
Oversized wiener dog, yeah.
Yeah, and in Germany, they kind of, there are many in the government who want to ban, I guess it would be really the breeding of wiener dogs, and it's because of the genetic makeup and just the health issues that come as they continue to breed more and more dachshunds. Over time, their spines just become more weaker and longer.
The back
and weaker.
problems.
Yeah, they got back problems with those short little legs, and they don't think it's healthy, and they don't think it's fair to the creatures, and so they're considering banning them completely.
See, but I'm against that. I'm against that heavily because Jim, yes, he is gonna have some issues. He's gonna have some back problems, especially because he's a big boy. He's got a lot of weight to carry on those little legs, and so for him, it's even more prevalent for the back issues. The wiener dogs are having a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he lives a happy life. Like he might have a little pain later.
Yeah.
The thing about us, like my dad wasn't always walking like this. Like he used to walk a little bit better than he does now, and you just work through it. Jim's living a happy life. As he gets older, he's gonna have some aches and pains. But at the same time, you can't get rid of the wiener dog. They're a very important piece of society.
Yeah, and you think about it, just feels like such a iconic dog too.
Yeah, one of the most iconic.
Yeah, and a lot of fun. They're a lot of fun, the wiener dogs.
Good, and you know what? Good dogs. And I think, too, for Jim, he's never, when you look at him, he looks hilarious because of his oddly shapen body. I've always said he looks like he was built incorrectly, which he clearly was, and that's what they're saying. But at the same time, it's what makes him so charming. He's such a good dog to look at.
Maybe the problem isn't with the wiener dogs. The problem is that we need more advancements in vet care.
Yeah, I need like a tummy wrap for him. Something to give him a little bit of support in the middle of his body.
Yeah.
He needs 2 more legs.
He needs a girdle.
Yes. He needs a belt or something to give himself a little bit more structure around the middle part of his body.
You've seen The Secret Life of Pets, right?
Yes.
And the dog in that movie that is I don't know if it's a basset hound, but it's on wheels, right?
Yes, he got wheels on the back.
Could you put a set of wheels on Jim?
In the middle.
Clearly not necessary. He still has use of all his legs. But would another set of wheels possibly aid in his aging?
If I gave Jim a set of wheels in the middle of his body, he would be sleeping standing up. I know for a fact. He would be relying on them so heavily. That dog loves to lay around more than any other one. He's one of the laziest dogs I know. And so if I gave him wheels and a belt in the middle of his body, he'd be sleeping 24/7.
Add a little riot to your Instagram feed. Follow @RadioU Official. The Riot. Radio U.
Halloween. Isaiah, every year there's stories, there's warnings come out. Watch out. Your kids could get fake candy that have drugs in it. And you wouldn't want that. And before that, drugs, it was razor blades. And it's always like, yeah, but does that actually happen? The answer we now know is yes.
And I've always wanted to dispute it. I always say that people who have drugs aren't giving their drugs away.
Yeah. And typically I agree with you. However, we do have one case here that flies in the face of that because I have a Canadian woman by the name of Tanny Sigarder who recently just pled guilty to some charges and is, I'll tell you the punishment in a moment, but she's pled guilty to handing out cannabis-infused candy on Halloween in 2022.
Oh, so just a couple years back.
There's a couple years back. Obviously, Halloween long past, but the case has recently run its course, and so she now knows the punishment that she's going to be dealing with. I guess the question for today's You Be the Judge is what should the punishment be? So let me give you some of the details on her specific case. She, on Halloween night, had bought actual candy to give out to the kids, but it was in a closet that also contained cannabis-infused candy bought by her husband. When the trick-or-treaters showed up, she rushed to the closet, didn't have her glasses on, and accidentally had gotten the cannabis-infused candy, was handing that out to children instead of the candy that was actually meant for them on Halloween. Fortunately, there's no reports of any kids having any issues. The parents seemed to notice before. They didn't notice at the door, but they noticed before the kids started eating the candy, probably when they spread it all on the floor to see what they got. And so now, what should the punishment? It was an accident. It wasn't on purpose. Nobody got hurt. What should the punishment be?
It's pretty unbelievable that she grabbed the wrong bucket.
Yeah.
That's
well,
the
she didn't have her
first thing.
glasses on.
And she probably sounds like she might have been indulging herself into a little bit of it before she got all confused there. And then my next question is, how in the world did they track this back to her? I mean, think about if you had a kid who's 6 or 7 years old, dumps out this bucket of candy, and then you pick out a piece that obviously looks like it has some marijuana in it, and you're able to track back to which door gave you that one? That's pretty incredible by itself.
Yeah, that is true. That's actually a pretty impressive detective work that they were able to solve that case.
That means that maybe either the kids remembered, like, which house did we get this at?
Yeah.
And somehow the kid
which house smelled weird?
Yeah, exactly. When they opened the door, which house was a little bit off from all the other ones.
Does it smell like a skunk in there?
Yeah.
So take us back to that house.
But it feels like endangering children, big deal. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
I know it was an accident, but still, that's too dangerous.
I wonder what happens to kids. I mean, this is just edible, like edible marijuana, whatever. I wonder what would happen to a child if they ate it.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
The whole baggie? Probably way too much.
I mean, she's giving it out on Halloween. I don't think she's giving out a whole baggie, so.
Yeah, but you got to think, there's certain, I know there's all kinds of things that go into that, of, eating too much. You don't want to eat too much.
Do you think that, and I'm not encouraging any kids to be clear, I want that to definitely be made clear that I'm not encouraging any kids.
You're not pushing drugs? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Even if they may be legal in some cases, I'm not going to suggest that any kids do this. I'm just saying, what are the odds that every single kid that got this candy didn't eat some of it?
That's what I thought, too. It's kind of shocking.
Some of them had to have eaten it, and nothing really happened, and so it wasn't that big of a deal.
But she still needs to get in trouble.
Yeah. So
you can't be endangering children like this.
Let us know what you think the punishment should be at 8772-RadioU, but do it quickly because I'm going to tell you what the punishment was. She's been fined $5,000.
$5K, huh?
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
It took them this long to fine her $5,000.
And she's not allowed to hand out candy.
Yeah, that's probably smart.
$5,000 and you can't celebrate Halloween ever again.
Do yourself a favor and follow The Riot on Instagram at RadioU Riot.
Isaiah, you brought this up a few minutes ago. It was in Useless Knowledge. We were talking about pianos and stuff, and it got me it jogged my memory. So I have a question for you. What is something now, you're a grown man, not something you're avoiding, because we've talked about that, you're anti-bucket list, things you want to make sure you never do in life, but what are some things that are fairly normal for people that you just think at this point you've decided, I don't think that'll ever happen to me? Because playing the piano is one of them for me.
Playing the piano, you're out on.
I don't think it's not that I'm avoiding it. And if somebody really wanted to teach me, I would guess I would learn. But what are the odds of me learning how to play the piano at this point in life? I think they're very low. I just don't think it'll ever happen.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
One of the ones for me, going on a cruise.
You don't think you'll ever go on a cruise?
I don't think I'll ever go.
You're already ready to decide that.
I've already locked in on never cruising.
50 years left of your life, at least, probably.
I'm not going to cruise.
But you don't think your mind will change when you're 60?
I don't think it will. And I'm at the point now where I figured out that I don't think I'm a cruise guy. And some people are cruise people. Mm-hmm. I have some friends that have already done a bunch of cruises. Mm-hmm. Cruises don't do a lot for me. And so I don't think a cruise will ever be something that I'm going to indulge into.
Okay.
That's my first one.
That's a pretty good answer.
My next one, skiing, snowboarding. I don't think I'm a skiing or snowboarder.
You're never going to do that.
And I'm young. Right now, I think I probably could learn and be good at it. And it sounds like it could be fun and maybe up my alley. Mm-hmm. But I don't think I'm ever going to get into it. I've already decided. I think I'm out on it.
That's interesting. Skiing is something, I've done skiing. I've not snowboarded. Skiing is something that doesn't really, even after doing it several times and enjoying it, it was pretty fun, but it also doesn't call to me when I see somebody skiing in like a commercial or something. I'm not like, oh, that was fun when I went skiing. I should go do it again. So very well maybe that I never go skiing either. It's a fairly expensive hobby.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. The money going into it, I can water ski, and that does a lot for me. I would love to water ski at any time. If you have a boat and you want you're dying for someone to water ski off of it, I will volunteer and I will water ski off of it. But I'm not a snowboard skier, and so for those two there, I'm out on both of those as well.
Those are good answers. I'm trying to think if there's got to be other ones, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that I'm never going to do in life.
Other things I probably will never do. I probably will never travel to Mexico. Not because I have anything against Mexico, but I just have no reason, I think, to go there. There's not much. Like, a lot of people go down there for like a cheaper vacation. A lot of people go to resorts. My roommate just recently went to a resort down in Mexico.
Yeah.
And from the stories that I hear, it isn't a place that just really appeals to me too much. I think I'd rather travel abroad in a different area than Mexico.
When I'm thinking of like tropical vacations or whatever, Mexico doesn't really cross my mind. It's always like Caribbean. I'd probably rather do a Caribbean something, and then if we're getting big, then I'm going to Hawaii or overseas.
Oh, you're going Hawaii overseas?
Yeah,
okay,
I just don't think Mexico would be so much lower on the list. Not that I'd turn it down. If I had a free trip, I mean, Mexico, I'm cool with it. I have yet again nothing against Mexico, but it wouldn't be my first pick for a traveling outside of the country. Yeah. And other, I don't know. I don't know if I have any more.
Any other good ones for things I'll never do?
Yeah.
Never have a mohawk.
That's easy. 8772 Radio U. If you've got something you just think you're probably never going to do in your life.
Find more Riot content online. riot.radiou.com.
We're doing a food fight on the Riot. This is an audio-only food fight. Typically, you can watch these on the RadioU Riot Facebook page and a YouTube channel, but keep in mind, we're in a backup studio for one more day. This is the last one, so we can't do video here. But what we have in honor of Easter coming up on Sunday is Brock's Easter Brunch Jelly Beans. They've got 6 different flavors. First of all, Isaiah, see if this sounds like Easter brunch to you. Blueberry maple pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
Chocolate glazed donut.
Meh.
Caramel cold brew.
Meh.
Cinnamon roll. Mimosa.
Oh, ew.
And berry smoothie.
Okay.
Is this an Easter? Do you do Easter brunch?
These aren't the main things I would go to, but that's okay. I'm cool with this.
The flavors don't sound bad, but like if I was thinking Easter foods, I'm thinking like ham would be one.
Oh, we're doing a ham jelly bean, huh?
Yeah, would probably be the first thing that comes to mind, which they do not have. So they've got these different 6 flavors. I guess we should start with the pancake one. I don't even know. You just want to do the blue one first?
Let's do the blue one.
The blue one is, that is the pancake.
Hey, that's blueberry.
Definitely blueberry. Maybe a little maple. Not very pancakey.
Good for a jelly bean, though.
Actually, yeah.
For a jelly bean, good jelly bean.
Actually, very solid.
I don't think any of these are going to taste like what they're supposed to. Mm-hmm. I'm rating good or bad jelly bean.
That's a good way to do it.
And they're mainly usually bad, so that's a good start.
All right. Next up, let's do the speckly red one. Speckly pinkish red.
Pinkish red?
Berry smoothie. Very similar flavor, possibly to blueberry pancake.
Interesting flavor. I like it.
Is this a good jelly bean?
Yes,
For a jelly bean, it's okay.
I think that's a pretty good jelly bean.
Yeah, juicy.
Yeah, it's a juicy jelly bean.
All right, next. There's 2 different brown ones that are different shades of brown, but what we want to do is the caramel cold brew, so one that looks more like coffee.
This orange one?
I feel like the orange one is the mimosa.
Okay. So we're doing the darker of the 2 yellows.
I think we want this one.
Got it. I've got a dark one.
There should be a speckled yellow one that we're doing later. All right, so this is supposed to be caramel cold brew.
I'm getting cinnamon.
Maybe that's a cinnamon roll.
I think I got a cinnamon roll.
You might have gotten the cinnamon roll. The cinnamon roll, you took the speckly one.
Cinnamon roll. I rated a good jelly bean.
They couldn't color code these a little better.
Like, they could have picked any other color. We have like 3 colors here, and they all look kind of the same.
Yeah, why would you do the whole bat? Like,
Why couldn't we do
4 out of 6 look very similar.
We could have done like a pastel red. That would have been fine, and they wouldn't have looked like any of the other ones.
The cinnamon roll, not a good jelly bean.
You didn't like that one? It's cinnamony. I like a cinnamon jelly bean.
I didn't care for it.
Let me try the other one now.
It's kind of like red hot.
What's this one supposed to be that I just tried?
I think this one here is caramel cold brew.
I got cinnamon again.
No, I got caramel cold. You need here, take this one.
Oh, I haven't even seen this one yet.
The caramel cold brew, good jelly bean.
I had cinnamon twice. I gotta get the cinnamon out of my mouth.
The caramel cold brew, it's almost like buttery. It's like coffee, butterscotch.
Not for me, but I can see how some people would like that if you like coffee.
Right.
I don't like that at all.
So now we just have 2 left. We have mimosa, is the orange one, and then the clearly brown one is the donut.
Are you talking about the purple?
Yeah, the purpley dark brown one.
So we're doing the orange.
Let's do orange for mimosa.
Okay, mimosa.
The most different flavor.
Mimosa. Ma.
Are we going to get drunk from these
jelly beans? Fire.
I mean, that's just it just tastes like orange.
I love it.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Tastes kind of like a Tic Tac.
For a jelly bean. It does taste like a Tic Tac.
Doesn't it? Yeah, that orange Tic Tac. That tastes good.
That's good for a jelly bean. All for a jelly bean. I don't like jelly beans.
Me either.
This bag is not going to tempt me in the break room.
Not at all. But for jelly beans, not so hot. I mean, not so bad.
If you filled your child's Easter eggs with these, I think the children would be happy.
Yeah.
Mostly. All right,
Last
chocolate
one?
donut.
Not getting any chocolate here.
Maybe you picked the wrong one again. That's not
chocolatey, right? I can't tell what it is.
No, it just kind of tastes like the Entenmann's donuts or something. It has some of that essence to it.
Not my favorite one.
Yeah, I don't care for it. I'd
The
rather
flavor
have
there.
a real donut.
Yeah, not so much for me. But some of the other ones, there were some hits in that. There were some hits.
There's not a horrible bag of jelly beans.
Not a bad bag, no. A lot of unique flavors that are all pretty solid for the most part.
And going through that whole bag, just if you were just going randomly, not like the worst flavor, you're not going to be like, oh man, I've got to weed out all of the bad flavor. There's not any that are like horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. I only had to spit out one. That was the coffee one, but that was just a lot for me at that moment. I had just gone back-to-back cinnamons.
We're not sure who behaves worse, the Riot or their dogs.
I don't even know how to behave like a real human being.
The Riot, Radio U.
Yesterday was opening day in Major League Baseball, a very exciting day. And with the beginning of baseball season comes an exciting opportunity, Isaiah. I might need to take a leave of absence here from Radio U to pursue this, because I've got a company that's looking for a hot dog connoisseur.
An old hot dog connoisseur?
Yeah. And do you know anybody who might be a hot dog connoisseur around here?
I haven't met one yet.
No?
I mean, if you're really stretching, I guess we could say nay. I'm playing. Yes, Hudson, I consider you a hot dog connoisseur. You are the king of wieners.
I suppose so, yeah. It might be a little bit of a stretch, but I would consider myself a wiener connoisseur, and that's exactly what BetUS is looking for. They're trying to hire somebody for the very goofy responsibility of going to all 30 major league ballparks, ordering their biggest hot dog, and measuring to see which stadium actually serves the biggest wiener.
I'd like to know as well. I want to do price per inch or whatever,
yeah,
I
you'd
guess.
like to do that?
Yeah, I'd like to know where I'm getting the best deal as well. Like if out in LA they've got this huge hot dog, but it's $20.
Yeah.
And I can go down to Kansas City and they've got a little bit smaller of a hot dog, but it's $10, then you know where I'm going.
Yeah, you're going with the smaller wiener.
Precisely.
Yeah. I'll tell you some might feel like the biggest wiener in the ballpark just by doing this, but not me.
Oh, yeah. You don't think so?
No, I think I would do this proudly. I would proudly go to every baseball. It's 2 things I love. It's hot dogs and baseball stadiums. It's everything I want to do, and they're telling me I could get paid for it.
I guess that's good.
$2,500, I believe, and then you get like coverage to get into every stadium and whatnot.
But then you have to think, right? If you're gonna go around being a wiener connoisseur, then you gotta. The thing is you're gonna take a leave of absence from RadioU, and then your wife is gonna have to tell people where's Hudson?
Yeah,
where is he at? And he has a new job, but what's he doing now? He's a wiener connoisseur, and then she has to say that as you're gone. You can't.
She might not like that.
She's gonna hate that job title.
You could come up with something else if you needed to that she could tell people.
That's a good idea.
But for me, I am willing to give it all up for hot dogs.
You're willing to just quit. I'm willing to quit here and move along. And you know what? If they're paying you to go and eat hot dogs, that sounds like your dream. So I don't blame you.
It wouldn't be viable long term because I can't imagine there's a lot of turnover in hot dog size.
True.
So this would be a one season thing, and then I'd have to figure out what to do from there. But then I could put wiener connoisseur on my resume.
And when you think about where that's going to take you, having something like that on the resume, you can get a job anywhere.
I might be able to drive a Wienermobile.
Oh my gosh, this is the first step.
Yeah.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The Worst of the Riot. RadioU.
This is the segment we like to call our 2 cents. It's a chance for Isaiah and I to finally, once in the show, share our unfiltered opinions, to speak freely about our likes and dislikes. Without further ado, this is our 2 cents.
I have a good one.
Oh boy.
I'm excited this weekend because I get to go to a concert. And I haven't done anything. Now, this is why this is exciting for me. I feel as if for the past month, I've been doing really good on the weekends saving money. I've been trying to save money a lot the past month and a half. And so I have done almost nothing. But tomorrow night, I've got a boys' night on the way. And so I'm going to a concert. I'm excited to hang out with my friends. And so for that reason alone, I can always get down with a little boys' night on a Saturday night. I'm excited. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Well, I hate to take that positivity and turn that smile upside down, but I've got some negativity here. Yesterday, opening day in Major League Baseball. A fun day, an exciting day for many. Not for me, because I'm a Boston Red Sox fan. And the Boston Red Sox, one of many teams that for some odd reason played their opening day baseball game at 10 o'clock Eastern, which is one thing. That's still 7 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock p.m. on the West Coast, which is too late. There should not be East Coast teams playing on the West Coast. You shouldn't have to do that. There shouldn't be West Coast teams playing on the East Coast where their opening day could be at 8 a.m. That shouldn't be a thing either. And opening day baseball should be opening day. You should not be playing part of your game after the sun has gone down, particularly not at 10 p.m. Eastern, where the game's ending after midnight Eastern. That's silly. I don't like it.
I always hated it. Yeah, my Guardians were on at that same time last night because we did the exact same thing. So it's ridiculous.
Stupid.
The Red Sox and the Guardians should have played yesterday.
Yeah.
And we all could have been happier.
And then the Mariners could have played whoever the Guardians were playing.
So unfortunately I have a dislike. And this is one that's way overdue in this segment. This should have came in the first week or the second week. I'm talking about turning left at an intersection. There's one rule that you need to know when you're turning left at an intersection, because yesterday I was in a hurry. I needed to get somewhere. And there was someone in front of me at an intersection that needed to turn left, and we did not have the light. But unfortunately, that person did not edge their way out into the middle. And if you're one of those people that don't edge your way out in the middle, the whole time I'm sitting behind you, I'm thinking, come on, baby, just get yourself out there. Just push yourself out there just a little farther. Like, get yourself there. That way, if it does turn red, then we can still go because we're in the middle of the intersection. If you don't get into the middle of the intersection when you're turning left, I have major issues with you, and I do not like it. Yesterday, I was late because of it.
No, sir, I didn't like it.
I have a related dislike, and that is it's one negative, and I'm sorry to do a double negative on a Friday, no less.
What are we thinking? On
a holiday weekend, but I've got another negative. The one downside for me of daylight savings time is that when you're out and about at night, times that you would normally have been out and it would have possibly been dark, now it's substituted with driving directly, if you're driving west, directly into the sunset that blinds you. And I don't know why it's the worst at that time of day. It's the worst when it's like 6, 7, 8 o'clock and the sun is shining directly in your face. And I don't know why it's worse then, but I experienced that a few times this week, and I don't like it.
I got 3 words for you. You like that?
You've made it all the way to the end of the Worst of the Riot. This show only exists because of support from listeners like you. Find out more and help out at radiou.com/donate.